Hi, welcome to Paper Tales by Kunali, and today I'm going to be teaching you all how to make this lovely ornamental snowflake. So you could stay long enough, watch how I make it, and learn a few tips and tricks in between and many more ideas that I'll give you all through this video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Let's begin with our snowflakes. So for making this snowflake which I showed, we'll need strips of paper. You can mix and match colors, different shades of blue and white, a pair of tweezers and glue. That's it. So let's start. So there are 4 main shapes that I've used and we're going to make all of them. So let's start with a main white and blues. So I'm using these three different shades. So one is a teal blue, one is a dark blue, and one is your regular white. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half. Now the length of my strips, they're all 12 inches tall. So when we cut it in half, it will become 6 inches. So this is the marker that you need to keep for all of these shapes that I'm going to be showing you all today. So we're cutting it in half and we're using both these strips and we're going to stack them like this, one on top of the other. I'll show you why we need to stack them like that. Secondly, we'll cut this in half. So we'll use one of this and one single of this dark blue color. So this is what we are left with, 2 strips of white, 1 strip of teal and dark blue each. Now we're going to start stacking them. Like so. This is how it will look, and you can use whichever color you want on top or at the bottom. The third one is going to be stacked like this and the fourth one on top of it. So this is what we get, and at the bottom this is what we get. So now we'll fold them in half, almost half. So the upper portion is a little shorter because when we are going to twirl it, it's going to become longer over here. So it's easier for us to stick. So this is how you're going to fold it. And now we're going to use our tweezer and start twirling. So this is what we do. We start twirling like so. See, the reason why we stacked, they've all come together now. So now we're going to cut these off because we need a tapered effect. So you can just cut them off by your nails. You don't need to take a scissor to it. If you don't want to, you can use your scissors, but this is good enough. So like so, this is what you get, and now we're going to glue these together. So leave about an inch and start gluing them all. There we go. Put them all together and stick it with the help of your tweezer so that your fingers don't get all gluey. There you have it, your first twirl. You keep it aside and it's going to expand on its own. It's going to unfurl, so you leave it aside to dry. Now we'll work on the other color. For the other color, what I've done is I've used 2 strips of this blue color. You can use all same colors, it's totally upon you. When you see the final result, you'll know why I use different colors, different shades of blue. But if you want to use all same colors, it's totally upon you. If you don't have any other colors except a single particular blue, use that, that's perfectly fine. So this, and we take 2 strips of white 6 inches in height. Once again, same stacking system and same rolling. Let's make the other shape. Once again, half a strip of white. Now we're making smaller tendrils, so we're going to fold it again. So this is about 3 inches in height. So 2 strips of this and 2 strips of teal. Let's twirl them. Same stacking method. So you stack them one on top of the other. You could alternate these colors if you like. You can try looking at how that looks, seeing trying different combinations. So this we're going to be using it as a basic ornament for your Christmas tree. So you could use different colors. You could use a golden and silver option also to see how it looks. Whichever strips you have available, whichever colors you have, you can try out any of those. Twirl is perfectly stuck. See, I like this tapered effect that we get. So it's not too bulky when we stick 2 of these together. That's the idea behind the whole tapering part. And now the last one. Once again, I'm taking this half, so the 3-inch length, and half of this one. Same thing, 3-inch length, stack it one on top of the other, fold it in half and twirl. So this will give you a fairly thinner, smaller tendril. Now we're going to make one more element. For that, I'm going to take a dark blue colored strip and we're going to twirl it. Now if you have a quilling tool, use that. If you don't, you can also use your tweezer. I'll show you how I do it by the tweezer. So you start rolling So one is done, one circle around, and the second one. Cut it, apply glue. So this gives it a definition, and I like how it looks with this nice white strip around it, this blue color. It's gorgeous. So all our elements are done. Now we need, since we are making a snowflake has 6 sides, so we're going to stick to that. We're trying not to move away from that. I've already done that quite a few times and many people have told me about it, so I'm trying to keep that in mind this time. So we've got this leaf. We're going to make 6 of these. We're going to make 12 of these. We're going to make 12 of these, 12 and 12. See how this has started unfurling? This is going to happen to all of your tendrils, the unfurling portion, and we're going to use them as they are. So keep all of these elements ready, and now we're going to start assimilating them, sticking them all together, and let's do that. So this is what is going to constitute of one feather or one side of the snowflake. Now 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of this. Now let's try and put them together. Now you could use any idea or any style you want. You could not use any one pair also, it's completely upon you. So we'll try out a few different designs and see which one looks best. So I put this we can let go up here, and these 2 we can put over here. This also looks like a nice butterfly, an ornamental butterfly kind of thing, and this we could leave on top over here. So this could constitute one style. Another thing I can think of is, so every time you make this, take a picture and keep it aside so that you know that this could be one of the ideas that you could use. So if not this, then what next? Let's try another pattern. So it's completely upon you how you like it, how big or small you want it to be. If you want them to be small, your snowflakes, you could just use these 2, and make a simple snowflake. You could stick these together like this with this over here, and we could make 6 sides and stick them all together. So that's one option. This could be the other option, just this. We could also use this. Let's try a different color. We could use this like so, and we could put these over here. And this could constitute one side. We could add these, or we could leave them be and not use them at all, or we could use them like this, and bring all of this together, taper it down, make a single strand, and this is what we could use. So the ideas are plenty. So or we could also use the smaller ones up here, and these larger ones you could do this, and we could use this over here with this over here, or this in between over here. Different, every time you could come up with a different idea and just work around it. You could use this, you could add these 2 over here if you don't want your work to get wasted, but it's going to be too much, right? So you could do this, or what else could we do? So let's try this. These two over here like this. Okay, and so this is creating a heart, and we could use this over here inside like so. And we could use this over here. Cool? Really pretty. And a lovely style. So I think we'll go for this so that we can use all of these twirls together and we can stick them. Now coming to sticking them together, let's start. So this is our final idea, and this is the pattern which I'm thinking of going with. So let's put them together. Let's stick it up properly. So we'll take our glue. We've separated these. Keep a piece of hanky ready with a little water on it, a little wet, so that you can keep on wiping your fingers off if there is any extra glue on your fingers. Now let's start sticking all this together. So we'll start with the smallest one first. Let's apply glue over here. So where are they sticking? Over here, they are touching over here, and they're touching over here. So we'll apply glue here and here. I love this idea because it doesn't require a lot of work. These tendrils you can form really quickly, and if you have different colors, all the better. See how beautiful this looks. So there's this shaded portion where the dark color is, and that's why I find it so interesting sticking using different colors, using different shades of blue. Now the same thing let's do for this one, and let's put it together. Now we'll stick this together like so, and we'll put this in here and stick it all together. Make sure it's stuck well. Make sure it's not loose. Apply glue wherever required. So this is what we are left with. This is what we are going to work with. We are making 6 of these, and we are using them, and we are going to stick all of them together and make a big beautiful ornament. So leave it aside to dry and work on the rest, and we'll stick them all together. So now we've got all of our elements ready, stuck nicely into a beautiful ornament on its own. Now what you could do with this, if you don't want to stick them and make a big ornament, a big snowflake, what you could do is you could leave them as it is, string them over here and hang it on your Christmas tree. Cut this off a bit, cut off the edges a bit, and you are left with a lovely ornamental ornament. Okay, so that's one idea. The other thing you could do is stick it on your greeting cards. Just stick it on them, write Merry Christmas or whatever, season's greetings or whatever you usually write, and send it off. The third thing you could do is you could stick a magnet behind this and use it as a fridge magnet. So these are three different things that you could do. The fourth thing I'm going to show you is what you could do is you could make a nice, you could stick this on a canvas. Paste it like this on a canvas and create something to put on your mantle. Nice home decor piece. The center, you could use this. I made this some time ago. Oh, it looks gorgeous, no? So we could use this and make a lovely huge 6-sided snowflake, and it's big because the 6-sided one is going to become huge and unmanageable unless you stick it on a canvas. So this is our lovely 4-sided snowflake. We're going to stick one side with this, and I'm going to teach you how I made this, and we're going to stick the other side also with this, string a string over here and hang it as a lovely ornamental snowflake. Now I'll show you how I made this. We're taking 4 strips of white and 4 strips of blue. So this dark blue, 4 strips, this white, 4 strips, and we're going to put them together like how I taught you earlier. We're going to start stacking them up one on top of the other, white on white and then blue. So you start with the white first. These are all 12 inches tall. And you're left with this. Now we have 2 of these with us, and we're going to use them on either side of the snowflake. Now what you could also do with this, you could just put in a hook over here and make dangly earrings, apply glue on both the sides. You could put a bead over here, simple small tiny bead. You could just stick it and make a Christmas themed earring. This is just an idea, I thought of it. Or you could make a smaller one over here, stick both of these together, and or you could put a jump ring over here and one jump ring over here with the earring hook, and you're left with 2 lovely earrings. This is not the same, so don't go for this, but it could look something like this. So nice Christmassy themed earring. You could also do it in poinsettia colors. Align them properly. So this should match. And now we're going to stick this over here. So apply lots of glue. and your lovely quilled snowflake is ready. Looks really cool. I'll show you how I made this so you get an idea. Use the same technique. These I've shown how I make. This one I've shown how I make. This one I've shown how I make over here. Shape it appropriately. Stick these together. Make this tiny quarter using a quarter strip of paper. Make these tiny ones over here. A nice roll on this side, a nice big roll on this side, and you've got a lovely second snowflake over here. So I hope you like this idea. And these, what you could do is these extra tapered parts, you could just cut them off, and you could use these as ornaments, as I said, hanging ornaments, beautiful ones. I'll show you what we can do. I have this lovely silver thread over here. So I hope you like this idea. I hope you give it a shot, and happy holidays. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Bye bye.